In this video, I want to talk to you about how not only are you the creator of your problems, but I want to talk to you about how you also are the solution to your problems. Let me ask you a question here. I want you just to suppose for a moment. Just suppose that there was no such thing as a problem. How would your life be different if there really were no problems? Now, I'm not talking about the motivational rah-rah, mumbo-jumbo, blah, blah, there's no problems, only solutions. That's not what I'm talking about. But what if you truly operated from a place where there were no problems? Let's dig into that for a moment. So what I want to ask you right now is, what problems do you have in your life? Can you pay your bills? Can you pay your mortgage? Are you behind on your student loan payments? Are you 75 pounds overweight? So think about that. What problems do you think that you have right now? Now, we'll come back to that in just a moment, but many years ago, she was in a group program of mine, and she said, you know what, Jim? She goes, I have a lot of problems in my life, but I have a really positive attitude. And what she wasn't recognizing is that having a positive attitude still didn't solve the problems. It just means that she was happy about her problems. So what I want to do in this video is dispel the notion and the myth that you have problems. Albert Einstein, you've heard of him. Now, Einstein said many years ago that, and he used the word problem, but he said, or I wasn't there, so I don't know what he said, but I'm going to tell you what I heard, is basically what he said is that something cannot be solved, mainly a problem, at the level it was created. What that means for you is that when you have problems, number one, who do you think created the problem? All the things that you're dealing with and struggling with, and all the problems that you might have, who created that? Here's the challenge for most people, is that you created that problem based upon your current level of limitations right now. So whatever limitations you have, those limitations are the limitations that created the problem, and then we get into self-deception and say, well, I'm going to get out of this problem. But let me ask you, how are you going to get out of the problem when you're the one who created the problem in the first place with your level of delusions and self-delusions and interpretations and all the things that created the problem in the first place, and now you're trapped? The only way out of the problem, according to Einstein, is to go to a higher level, which means a higher level of seeing the problem. Let me give you a metaphor here. Let's say that I took a ball of rope and I wrapped you up in it. And I said, now get out of that. You're in a ball and you're wrapped up, get out of that. You can't do it. But if I handed you a ball of string and I said, here you go, here's a ball of string, I want you to unravel this. Well, you can look at it and you can unravel it because you can see it from the outside. You're looking from a different level. And what that means is when you consciously realize that, you know what, you're the one who created the problem in the first place through the interpretations, and you take a step back and you work from a higher level and you start working from, you know what, it's not a problem. It's some interpretation that I'm making. When you recognize that you're the one in your own mind that created it, and you take a step back and you unravel it like the ball of string, the problem in that moment disappears for you. You know, as I'm shooting this video for you, I just had a thought that I want to concretize this a little more for you. Let's talk about person A and person B. Let's say that person A, and you might be person A, and I'm going to talk to mothers right here. Let's say that, for example, that everyone can relate to this. Let's say that you walk into the kitchen and the kids have made a mess of the kitchen. I mean, there's just stuff everywhere. And let's say perhaps maybe you like a pristine kitchen. So when you walk in and you see this mess in the kitchen, in that moment, I don't know what happens. Maybe you blow a gasket, you get bent out of shape. You're not happy because your interpretation is, you know what, there's a problem in this kitchen right now, and these kids are being a problem. Let's contrast that, okay? So that's one interpretation, but let's look at it from a different way. One of my brother and sister-in-laws, they had two kids that both, when they were young, died of leukemia. Don't you think they would give anything to walk into that kitchen to see their kids making a mess in the kitchen? So obviously, based upon their life experiences, their circumstances, and their interpretations, they're either making problems or they're not making problems based upon the interpretations that they're making. And the same thing in your life. Pretty much everything that you think is a problem, it isn't the problem to other people that are making different interpretations. So you might have heard me say in other videos, If you want to create something different in life, you want to change things in life, then make different interpretations about life. This is life-changing for a lot of people, and I want to dig into this deeper with you. Obviously, we just took a few minutes here to start talking about interpretations and even problems or interpretations. I want to dig a little deeper with you in a podcast episode. So click the link here in the video and I'll catch you over on the podcast episode where I take you deeper into this topic.